Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the 90th Minute. We are your hosts today. We got Greg, Maddie, Waz, Lucas, and myself, Liam. If you are new to the channel, please make sure you are subscribed here on YouTube. Hit like on this video and comment down below. Get involved with our conversation tonight. Give us your thoughts, opinions, and questions for the next podcast. If you are listening to us on audio apps, thank you very much. We greatly appreciate the support on there. Give us a follow, a like, and a share, all that good stuff. Check us out on TikTok, Instagram. Social media links are down in the bio. Also, we have started streaming a little bit on Twitch, twitch.tv/the 90th Minute official. Link will be down there in the description. Check us out, follow us. You know, we do some random games, we do some pro clubs, all that good stuff. Boys, how are we doing today?
Pretty damn good.
I can't tell if my shirt looks green or gray.
Well, from the last podcast we had, I can confirm 21 is not coming.
You never know. You never know.
Well,
but yeah,
this is a weird season.
Well, let's quickly talk about that match because, well, we did do a live stream on that, and really not much happened. So we might as well quickly get it out of the way. Waz, can you give your thoughts?
Let's be honest. Every match we stream, most matches we stream, they end 0-0.
At least on YouTube.
We know Arsenal. Oh, Lucas, I thought you wanted to talk about the Arsenal United Sheffield match. That one where we lost and basically
We'll go back to that after. We'll go back to that.
We can talk about both.
Basically, it wasn't the best of weeks for Manchester United.
Yeah, let's just talk about United right now. Kick it off. It's been pretty underwhelming to say the least. The wheels have not fallen off, but it's kind of
hit
a
some
little
bumps
bit expected.
In the road.
Yeah, bumps in the road, and I think this is what just shows that United are not ready to be title contenders.
I mean, you say that, but I mean, I think a handful of title contender teams have hit some bumps in the road in the past few weeks. I mean, to quickly talk about Manchester United, yes, you mentioned Sheffield United. They beat you 2-1. That was the midweek game on Wednesday, and then you did draw Arsenal 0-0 here on Saturday. Two poor results. The one against Arsenal, like we said, we did live stream that one. United didn't show much. We had a couple moments of all right. Marcus Rashford should probably have scored a goal.
Cavani should have scored that one chance.
Yeah, Cavani should have scored one. But then again, Lacazette did hit the crossbar with a free kick. A bit of a nervous moment there. In the Sheffield match, Sheffield just played well, and they kind of exploited a weakness, I think.
I think it was they just basically took advantage of Man United's mistakes. We played sloppy, I won't lie. I mean, a team like Sheffield, we should be scoring at least 3 goals with the talent that we have. So it's just shocking.
Was it Sheffield, or was it you, or was it Sheffield that kind of stepped up the performance?
Well, I think it was more so Sheffield stepped it up at the same time. Like I'm saying, United should not be playing like that against a club like Sheffield.
It was both. They stepped up and you dropped down.
It was sloppy performance. The whole defensive line was kind of a mess. Tuanzebe, Maguire, De Gea. It's just, I know a lot of people are going to use Harry Maguire as a scapegoat for that second goal, but I think that was also maybe De Gea's fault because he could have cleared it out further. He didn't have to clear it right to his Sheffield player, and then it just bounces up, deflects off Tuanzebe and in.
To talk about that Tuanzebe own goal, the amount of online racist abuse that he received was shocking.
Disgusting.
You're supposed to be your player, you back your players. And
exactly.
Just as a normal person, why do you have to bring racism into?
And same with Martial as well. There's a lot of
Rashford as well.
It's disgusting. I don't get it either. I really hope social media platforms do something about this. I heard something that governments are going to start fining platforms if they don't do something.
It was really bad this week.
Yeah, I think Jimmy Conrad put it up on Twitter that there has to be, what's the word? Omnipotent? I can't say it.
Accountability for people's words.
No, but people, you got...
I know what you're saying, was I saw his tweet. He suggested, social media platforms should require people to have their legal names as they're required when you sign up for an account, so that people have their name out there, so that they can't just blindly go behind a computer screen and just type whatever they want without any consequences.
100%.
Yeah.
I would love that. And then, but back onto once again, the 90th minute, we're 100% against racism. 100%. So, it's disgusting. If you do that, just don't follow us, please. Unsubscribe. We don't want that kind of, support. So, back to the football. Another thing I found with United's back line recently is it is kind of a Harry Maguire thing, but there's always this lack of communication between the center backs and De Gea. And I don't know why that's happening at a top Premier League club. It's just really strange to me. So, and De Gea, I thought, just had a poor game against Sheffield as well. I mean, the first goal he could have done better as well. There could have been better marking and just...
I think your one saving grace with these two poor results is other teams up there in the top four and title contenders have also had very poor weeks. If we move on to Leicester City. Leicester City midweek, they played Everton. They drew Everton 1-1 on Wednesday. Not a good result there. Of course, Jamie Vardy is out injured now for a month or so, we see. And then today, they lose 3-1 to Leeds. Lucas, I know you're going to talk about Leeds. Go nuts. Have your fun.
Well, I was going to say, it's kind of funny. When I posted a TikTok saying I thought Leicester were like the most balanced side in the Premier League, not the best, the most balanced from back to front, they go on and drop 2 more matches. So it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
But, I mean...
Leeds play the ways Leeds play, though. I mean, they were able to counterattack. They were able to press.
From what I've heard and everything, though, Leeds were just the much better team, honestly. Leicester just didn't show up. Patrick Bamford had another great game. He had a goal and 2 assists. But
yet again, though, I mean, Jamie Vardy's missing.
It's a big miss.
It speaks a lot to how much he brings to the side in terms of their play style. They don't have that outlet ball for Leicester. But they're just so inconsistent.
I only saw a 50-minute period of this match, but it was like around the 70th minute. Leicester City actually created 2 good chances while they were down 2-1. So Yunsu headed the ball to the far post, and Johnny Evans just somehow missed the net from like a yard away.
Old Johnny.
And I think it was Madison who had a great strike on net that Meslier made a good save on. So, of course, those are chances that you can't... Well, at least with the Johnny Evans one, you can't be missing, especially in those situations. Yeah. Of course, Leeds United, I've praised them constantly. I enjoy watching a team play a style like that that's enjoyable to a neutral, and sometimes you get results like this, and sometimes you don't. So
sometimes it backfires on you, their style of play.
Concede 6, 100%. I mean, Leeds are willing to be open at the back and go on and push forward to score goals. So I mean, so they are against Leicester. They score 3. But for Leicester, maybe similar to United, they're good. They're a top 4 team potentially, but they're not title contenders as such. So maybe that's something that we're witnessing here in the past few weeks. Let's talk about Chelsea, though. Chelsea had a very big week. Thomas Tuchel is now their manager. Frank Lampard got the sack. He got sacked pretty much like 12 hours after our podcast was uploaded last week, so we didn't get to talk about it on that podcast, but we can talk about it a little bit here as big news. Of course, Frank Lampard, the Chelsea legend, the Premier League legend, he is out of the job after 18 months at Chelsea. Roman Abramovich said, "Goodbye, my son, goodbye." And he's brought in Thomas Tuchel, who was from PSG.
I don't think we're surprised. I think maybe some people thought Lampard would stay longer because he's a club legend, but Chelsea don't care. They're not patient with managers. If they're not getting the results, they're just like, you're gone. And the carousel of managers continues at Chelsea. So
we'll see how long Thomas Tuchel can stay.
But Thomas Tuchel is a massive improvement. This guy knows how to like get the best out of players and perform at the top.
Potentially. We'll see how he adapts to the Premier League. It's his first time ever in England, and I mean he's got his work cut out for him. He's got a very big job in terms of getting his German players, Timo Werner and Kai Havertz, getting them going again, refiring, playing well. He's got to get the back line kind of figured out. He's got to get a solid starting 11. I know there's a couple injuries in this squad. So Thomas Tuchel's first match in charge was at home versus Wolves. It was a 0-0 draw. Many people were actually shocked that Thomas Tuchel was not sacked after this one. Roman Abramovich, the way he is, you would think that he would just come in and just say, sorry, you're not good enough for this club. But yes, a 0-0 draw at Stamford Bridge. Did we see anything in this match, this first match, that we said, maybe Thomas Tuchel's got a bit of a game plan here, or was it just too early to tell?
Mason Mount wasn't playing.
He was there for like 24 hours, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I know, I'm just throwing a question out there. Yeah, Frank Jr. was not playing, so that was a bit of a worrying sign for him, because, he got so much game time under Frank Lampard. We'll see Mason Mount features in this future Chelsea. Mm-hmm. But Chelsea today, they did host Burnley, Thomas Tuchel's second match. 2-0 result, Azpilicueta and Alonso scoring. 2 weird goal scorers, but they got the result done. Exactly. Burnley have been in good form over the past few weeks. So, I guess a good result for Thomas Tuchel.
Alonso had a beautiful goal.
I love me some Alonso.
And Timo Werner and Mason Mount did start. Timo Werner, he missed the ball. He went for a shot, and he missed the ball. So,
what is happening to this
It's
man?
still just not happening.
I don't
for
know.
him.
He's becoming Fernando Torres almost.
Matt,
It's Chelsea and strikers.
You play an attacking role, not at a professional level, but you've been on a bad run of games before. Can you relate?
I've had bad times, but like.
We also don't play Premier League.
But also him missing the ball was like in the middle of the box where it should have been a goal, 100%.
Yeah, no. Like I've missed those simply because I'm not a professional level footballer, but like my form dipping
Simply
that much
because there's
has
a little
not
bit of
happened.
day drinking involved.
Usually there's some day drinking involved, especially on tournaments out of the city. But I don't think my form's ever dipped that hard.
I know we're going in a bit of a weird order here in terms of teams. I'm just trying to work through the Wednesday results and then moving them on to the today's results.
I think we were just kind of focusing on like the top 6 for now.
The top, yeah,
like
exactly.
The
So I
top
was gonna move on next to Aston Villa actually because they incorporate the Burnley conversation.
That was interesting game.
3-2. I was going 3-2 on Wednesday. I mean 3-2 loss against Burnley.
Yeah,
incredible result there for Burnley. I mean, when was the last time Burnley scored 3 goals in a match? I don't know, but credit to them. They've had good form recently. Ben Mee scoring a goal, McNeil and Wood. For Villa, it was Ollie Watkins and Jack Grealish. Ultimately, good result for Burnley. Villa coming back off the couple weeks that they had off there in terms of COVID breaks and everything like that. But they're coming back and they're getting more into form and this was a weird game. I don't know what... I didn't get to see this game live, unfortunately. I only watched highlights, but I was like, what happened in this game? You think Villa would go on to win this game kind of comfortably.
Especially when they were up, like, what are they up 2-1?
They were up 2-1. I think Jack
2-1,
Grealish scored to make it 2-1, and then Burnley
just credit to Burnley.
got
These
two
things
goals.
happen where, a team that you don't expect wins, kind of like, again, for example, Sheffield against United. This shit just
That's why
happens.
we love the Premier League.
As the Premier League, you get these results, and, that's...
Yeah, 100%. And then to talk about Aston Villa Southampton was a great game. I watched this one.
Controversy, man.
I thought Southampton were the better team in this game.
Yeah, I didn't like this. I thought this was stupid.
2 big VAR moments in this game. First one was a potential handball that would have been given as a Southampton penalty kick. This one was a bit to me. It was kind of like, okay, I can see how VAR would say no handball. It hits the defender's thigh, bounces up, hits him in the arm. Okay, potentially his arm is in an unnatural position, but it hits off his leg and then goes up. Fine, okay. The one that really got me was at the very end. Big old Danny Ings goes through.
The sleeve. Your sleeve is offside.
I'm telling you, if there's
That's
anyone
so bad.
watching this podcast right here, for anyone from the Premier League, I don't care if you're from the smallest junior advisor or something to the highest CEO, next season, sleeveless jerseys, just get rid of them. Just sorry Premier League, we're not doing sleeves on our kits because you guys don't know how offside works. What a joke!
It's so stupid, honestly.
It's kind of funny, to be honest.
Oh, I was so upset watching this game. So basically, Danny Ings is through on goal in the 96th minute.
Yeah.
He puts the ball in the back of the net, and he's deemed offside by his tip of his sleeve. The tip.
It's like you can't even see a difference. The margin is so small.
There was no
I know,
difference.
it's disgusting.
Who was the defender? Was it Cash? I think it was Cash. And he said, it's a good thing I don't do squats in the gym because my ass was not big enough. I was like, that's how we got
literally.
up to. It was literally so close. This man is bent over. Yeah.
I know we'll get to Liverpool later, but Mohamed Salah actually had a
handball
comment regarding VAR.
Does your sleeve impact games or generally?
Not
That's why he was called because
It might.
his sleeve.
It might. You never know.
The Premier League rule is
Maybe
sleeve
that-
up is no handball.
Maybe that 2 millimeters that sleeve gave him was enough of an advantage for him to break away
Yeah,
from
exactly.
that catch.
That gave him the advantage to get
I think
past
it's
the
I think it's
defender who was
plausible.
backwards.
Yeah, I think it's
Absolute
plausible.
joke.
Yeah,
Like-
Salah said this. I don't like VAR. It kills football off. I don't want to complain because I'll
does.
get fined, but I don't like it.
It does, honestly.
It's been
that
killing. I'll
right
be
there,
honest. Yeah.
I was watching that game live, and literally, Danny Ings, Southampton were pushing all second half to score an equalizer. Danny Ings goes through, scores it. I'm celebrating this goal. What a great goal. What a great game this is. I love me some Danny Ings. I go, oh, wait, he's offside by half of a millimeter. It's like, what's the point of this? Like, does that really
Probably
does
one of
that
the worst
affect that
calls from
game?
VAR.
It's not, that's the thing. It's not VAR's fault. It's the rules. Because VAR, in terms of VAR, they did their job correctly. You know, they saw
stupid.
that he was offside. But how does that sleeve give you any advantage to get past a defender that's looking the other way? That defender's not going to turn around, run back 5 yards, and block your
I
shot.
don't know how
That's
anyone
not
can really
happening.
defend that. Like, if you defend that, I just feel like you're just a boring person.
Well, that after the game, that was the panel was Tony Adams. Tony Adams goes, "Oh, that's offside. Clear as day offside." Well,
why am I
Tony
not
Adams, get the fuck out of here.
Why
You're
am I
wearing
not
these bright
surprised
red
Tony
socks.
Adams
Like,
is
he goes,
defending
as
that?
as a former center back myself, this was clear and obvious offside. I was like, get out of here, Tony Adams. My God. Like, I know you're a Premier League legend, Arsenal legend, but that is shocking. Like, look at these statistics. Southampton, 60% possession, 20 shots, 5 on target. They had 7 corners. They were all over Villa, yet Villa come out here with a 1-0 victory.
Just going back to that, because that's where I hate this the most. You use your arm to, like, point where you want the ball to go.
Yeah.
You point to where you want the ball to go. So when you do that, you can't, like, be like, oh yeah, like, put it ahead of me here so I can actually run onto it when you're onside. But that'll put you offside, so you can't do that.
How does my shoulder give me any advantage of getting past a center back? How? I mean, we
feel like-
every single podcast we talk about,
I
we
feel like
have
we've
a
had this
VAR
conversation
issue
before.
or a
Yeah.
drama.
Oh, we 100%
haven't
do,
every
but it's
week.
just, it
even
keeps
with
coming up.
like panels too, they're always talking about VAR and how it's.
But I'm
kinda
so
ruining the
happy
game.
that Mohamed Salah and other players have started to talk about how much they dislike VAR. I hope that they and like the players' unions and stuff like that can turn this around and kind of get some movement going, because it needs to get fixed. It needs to be altered. The rules, the VAR decisions, the way that they draw the lines with 4.5 pixels between them. I mean, the line that I know Hugh Wizzy put out a tweet. That was a great tweet. They put out the lines, and the arm of Danny Ings was actually blurry because there wasn't enough pixels, how zoomed in they were. And I was like, how are we deciding this on blurry pixelization? This is a multi-billion-pound league, and this is the best we can do.
Yeah, it's stupid,
Oh,
but
what a
let's
joke.
move
I
on.
do apologize if we don't get to every team in the Premier League. We don't.
We'll
we can't
try to.
Yeah,
I
we'll
mean,
try. There's a lot
we'll-
to discuss, right?
We'll finish off the Wednesday
at least
midweek
get to-
fixtures, because that's the team we were doing it.
Yeah.
Greggy, Brighton versus Wolves. You were disappointed.
You mean Fulham?
Oh, sorry. Brighton versus Fulham. Sorry.
Oh no, that one I was happy for the point. We were played awful.
enough,
He's
okay.
honest.
Fair
We
enough.
we,
You got a point
we,
with
we got
Brighton.
destroyed. We absolutely got destroyed. Like
Did
they
you, what was the
deserve to win that.
statistics like?
They deserve to win that
I don't
100%.
get that. Like, you guys play well against United, and then you get like smacked around by Brighton and get a 0-0. I don't get that.
That's the
got
problem
You were
this
that
season.
bad, Greggy. You
We
were
are
that
bad. We are bad.
Liam,
You had
I
to-
trust
you had-
a person's perspective when they watch the match
I
versus
know.
statistics.
I'm just looking at the numbers. They weren't terrible, but fair enough. Fair
Fradiola.
enough. Fuck off. Let's talk about the Thursday, the last midweek fixture. Liverpool, they get a 3-1 victory over Jose Mourinho's Tottenham Hotspur. This is a very important match for you guys. You guys did stream this one, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Explain. Everything was ruled offside.
Yeah.
Trent
it was-
had
yeah.
like his best game in a long time, in my opinion,
Yeah, but
and that was good to see.
I mean, Liverpool's Mane missed an easy chance very early, and then right afterwards Spurs score, but it was ruled offside controversially because Son's heel was offside even though he wasn't really facing the goal, and I don't really.
This was another one my dad was very upset about. He goes, this fucking game is being torn to shit because of VAR. I was like, okay, Callum, relax. Relax.
But like, and we were saying this in the stream because then there was like no goals and like Liverpool kind of dominated. That it would have been such a different game if that counted, right?
Yeah.
So
Of course, Liverpool do score right before halftime, followed by another goal right after halftime by Trent Alexander-Arnold. Højbjerg scored a brilliant goal a couple minutes after.
Let's
Can we talk
also
about what happened at halftime, please?
yes,
yeah.
Serge Aurier got in a confrontation with Jose and he left.
It was a very busy 15-minute halftime for Tottenham Hotspur because Serge Aurier
just
got angry
left?
at Jose.
Yeah,
and
he left.
left the stadium. He went home. At halftime, this man goes, "Peace out, I'm out of here." Also, Harry Kane gets taken off at halftime after injuring both of his ankles, and he's now out for probably 8 months. What the hell happened to this 15 minutes in the Tottenham Hotspur dressing room?
Yeah.
The fuck
I
did
can
Harry
imagine
Kane
there's
fall down the stairs?
pandemonium happening.
How did
No,
he
he
injure
injured
both ankles? He fell
his
down
first
the stairs.
one.
Someone saw a tackle. He got hit in the ankle,
Man's
and
a
then he
piece of
kept
glass.
playing on, and then he got hit in the other ankle.
The other ankle.
That's
the one
terrible.
the one that he hurt against Jordan Henderson. Actually, I've seen people say. So what Harry Kane will do is when he's backing in for like a goal kick kind of thing, he won't jump. He'll back in and kind of stay under the defender, and then they'll get landed on. He'll get a foul. So Jordan Henderson, what he did, because he's seen this, he actually kind of pushed Harry Kane forward as he jumped up. So Harry Kane twisted his ankle as he was falling upon. So I mean, a little bit of karma possibly. I don't know,
Yeah,
but
but
Jordan
this is-
Henderson is doing his thing.
How do you rehab an
Captain
injury
J.
to 2 ankles? That seems really difficult to
You
do.
just sit, just lay in
don't
bed
do
for
And
8
then,
months.
well, this
Just
is- yeah,
Harry,
this is-
you're done.
This is awful for Spurs, and this is also pretty bad for England,
England.
going into the Euros. So
This is the Harry Kane's issue, though. We've seen him now. Is
Yeah.
like 2 or 3 different ankle injuries he's had. So obviously, his ankles are a bit of his weak point. So unfortunate for him, and really unfortunate for Spurs. Like you said, England as well, if it carries on into the summer. But we'll see what they're able to replace him with. I know they got Gareth Bale, they got Lucas Moura, they have Vinicius, they have a couple people they could replace him with up front. But of course, nobody is Harry Kane.
Spurs is also playing
Let's
at
talk
the moment
about
right
Liverpool.
now. It's 1-0. They're losing 1-0 in
they're
like the
losing.
56th minute. Also, Ori is
love
not
to
part of the
see it.
lineup, so
Yeah, that's not surprising.
Wow, who knew?
Let's talk about Liverpool today, though. They got a very big result. 3-1 over West Ham. I watched some of this game. You guys were all right. Mohamed Salah was all right, actually. And
I
boy,
thought
did I
Liverpool
love your
was
center
brilliant.
back.
I watched the first half. The first half, I was like,
Yeah.
it was kind of boring. It wasn't a very
then
good
Liverpool just say, "Screw it, let's have some West Ham for dinner," right?
Yeah, Salah scored.
I'm sorry.
Honestly, Liverpool scored like one of the greatest goals like you've seen in a long time. As
The
Liam would say,
counterattack, yeah.
it's a pro club's goal. It's a
End
FIFA
to
goal.
end.
Cool.
Honestly, Trent with
3
a
touches
perfect
from
ball
box to box, yeah.
Trent with to Shaqiri, and Shaqiri first time right on his boots, just a perfect touch and a quick finish. It was
To
beautiful.
go back to the first goal, Mohamed Salah's first goal, a very interesting moment as James Milner was subbed off. He seemed kind of upset to be coming off. But he had a conversation with Jurgen. They kind of worked it out. Then 17 seconds after coming on, Curtis Jones assists to Mohamed Salah, who bends it back post, and then Klopp and Milner have a big old hug, and everyone's okay. I want to give credit to James Milner, though. He's an excellent professional. I mean, he comes in, he does a job no matter what position's required, and he's never really... I mean, this is the first time I've ever seen James Milner kind of have a bit of anger, upsetness to him. He's so good for the club.
Well, Jurgen was probably just like, well, did you not do that when you were on the pitch? Or something? And he was probably just laughing at it or
Jose
something.
can learn a thing or two about communicating with players. So, from Klopp.
Let's talk about your center back, Lucas.
Mm,
I liked him a lot.
He was very good.
yeah, he definitely had a
This
good
is his second
performance.
game. His first game was against Spurs. I thought he was good against that game. I remember that he was very physical against Tottenham. Mr. Nathaniel Phillips, he center backs with Jordan Henderson. He was big. He was physical. He was mobile. I thought he was good.
Well, in the
I really liked him.
first half, West Ham had a free kick. If it wasn't for him there, that was a goal, 100%. So
Yeah, he had a perfectly fine match. I have no complaints about him. I think he played against West Ham in the reverse fixture earlier this season and had a good performance there as well. My only problem with him would be in like certain matches where teams... I know West Ham have some pace, but they didn't really use the most of it in this match. But teams that would like attack Liverpool more, I think he may struggle a bit because even though you said he's mobile, I don't think he's the quickest center back in the world.
He had one moment where Mikel Antonio was through one-on-one with him, and he was able to keep up with Antonio. I mean, I know Antonio is not the fastest of Premier League center forwards, but the man's big, so he did well to hold up with him.
But of course, yeah, no complaints at all.
Can you sign Antonio, Rasta? Rasta, for your team, sign Antonio. It could go well.
I don't know if I can afford that guy.
You had the facilities for that big man?
I don't think I have the facilities for that big man.
But yeah, no complaints from me.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean-
happy Liverpool are scoring goals again. Seems like the Spurs. Well, actually, we scored against United earlier last week. I mean, so I guess that rejuvenated our goals.
By the way, Lucas, there's been a transfer rumor regarding Liverpool and defenders. Preston are apparently asking around $4 million to sell Ben Davies to Liverpool. Celtic opened talks a few days ago. Liverpool
So basically, here's how Ben Davies is out of contract this summer. So he'll be a free agent. Celtic were leading the race. We were going to sign him, but because we can't do anything at a rapid motion, we take 2 years to do anything. Liverpool go, hey, we need a center back. You want to come to the Premier League? And this guy goes, Premier League with Liverpool? I'll play probably like twice in my career. Or Celtic, where it's a pile of shit. I'm going to go to Liverpool. Cool, thanks. Good job, Celtic. Good job, boys. Fucking terrible. My God. It's so bad. Like, it's so bad. There was literally a fight at our Celtic game at halftime. You thought Serge Aurier, he left? Lee Griffiths tried to punch Neil Lennon at halftime. Literally, they're losing the plot. Like,
I love to see it.
oh, God.
But also there's rumors of, according to Fabrizio, Arsenal offered Mustafi to us.
I mean, not the worst player ever.
Hey, man, we were linked with them too, mate.
Not good.
I mean, when desperate times
Let's
comes to
finish
desperate
off.
measures. But yes, let's move on.
Exactly.
Exactly. Let's finish off these Saturday fixtures. West Brom versus Fulham. I know, okay, this is one Greggy was upset about.
Yeah, I was not very happy. We should have been up like 4-0 at halftime. And
But you weren't.
well, Bobby Deckard-Overeed scores in the 10th minute.
Bobby.
My guy.
Matt loves to hear it. Then he has like the same situation, and he hits the post. So should have honestly been up
still
2-0,
my guy.
of course.
Still my guy.
And then we just had like another like few chances that there should have been goals. Like West Brom did nothing the first half, and then right as the second half starts, we just fell asleep and they scored 2 goals. And we got a late goal at the end, but it was.
I didn't see your
just
late goal.
annoying.
Your late goal tied up was an all right finish, but yeah, 2-2 against West Brom. You guys won't be happy about that. Those are big points you need as a big 6-pointer kind of thing.
Yeah.
To talk about the team other at the bottom, they're Sheffield United. They played against Manchester City. They did lose 1-0 against City, but I think Sheffield played well. They were.
What do you think about it? Yeah, like
They played well.
With the way City's been playing, you would expect them to actually smash Sheffield. But Sheffield United has actually found some form, some confidence after the United result. So
What I see about this kind of a result is earlier, like last season or earlier this season, not this season, more like last season and the season before. If City wasn't scoring against a team like this and winning like, whatever, like 3 or 4-0, it's because they won 1-0 because they're great defense this year. And it just shows how good they've been this year.
Yeah, the back line has been outstanding. I mean, I got to give John Stones a lot of credit. He's definitely shown up so far this year.
It's fucking Ruben Diaz.
Yeah,
It's fucking Ruben
Diaz
lineup,
is
man.
something.
I mean, Johnston didn't
But,
play in this one, funnily enough, but I thought Sheffield United.
Oh, it was Laporte.
Sheffield United were actually decent, yeah. City weren't anything special for at least like 60 minutes of the game, except for the special play by Ferran Torres where he got around some Sheffield players magically, and then
What is with why does Pep Guardiola make one substitution all game in the 90th minute? He brings off Torres for Rodri in the 90th minute.
who knows?
This man's the guy that wants 5 substitutions and he makes 1. Like his bench has Stones, Sterling, Rodri, Mendy, Mahrez, Cancelo, and he doesn't bring any of them on in a 1-0 game against Sheffield. Pardon me?
He's trying to rest players for the Burnley match on Wednesday.
Big match at Turf Moor.
I was gonna say, who are they playing? And
Wednesday. Yeah, against.
we know how Man City Burnley usually
But
goes. So
actually, are we done with the Premier League fixtures wrap up? Or is
There was 2 more. There's 2 more. It was Crystal Palace 1-0 over Wolves. Wolves will get another terrible result there. They are really not in good form. And Newcastle, big victory, 2-0 over Everton. Bit of a shock there.
Everton's interesting right now.
Everton's a bit wishy-washy right now. But Newcastle, credit to them, they scored a couple goals. They kept a clean sheet. That's big for them at this point.
Yeah, also as how the table's shaping up. Right now, City are at first with 44. United in second
And a
with
game in
41.
hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Liverpool third with 40 points. Leicester
Rest
City
in
now at
peace.
fourth, 39. West Ham's in fifth with 30. They played well this year. I think not enough people are talking about. I mean, Thomas Tuchel's been great for them, but Spurs right now in sixth. They're still down 1-0 as we're recording this to Brighton. Chelsea 7th and Arsenal are 10th. Villa 9th. So
Villa
yeah.
dropped like 5 points this week in table-wise, but I mean, that's how
Yeah.
tight it is.
And
I mean,
huge game coming up this week between over next weekend. Liverpool City. It's 9:30 a.m. for us Sunday. We'll try to do a watch along that on either Twitch
Yeah.
or YouTube. We'll be trying to do some watch alongs. We have other big games: Tottenham versus Chelsea on Thursday. We'll try, of course, do a watch along on that. Maybe we'll do one for United Southampton or Wolves Arsenal. We'll see.
yeah.
Stay tuned to our
Stay
socials.
subscribed.
Yeah.
Social media, exactly. We'll tell you all there. Let's move into something else, though. As Waz is saying, February fixtures are right around the corner, and February means Valentine's Day. So, boys, you know what Valentine's Day is all about. Rasta especially. You gotta keep things fresh down there. You gotta be looking good for your partner, whoever that may be. So make sure you are prepared for the night, wherever it happens. I know COVID in some places and restrictions, but whoever you're with, whatever the restrictions are, make sure you're prepared for the night with Manscaped. The 90th Minute has been proudly sponsored by Manscaped yet again. Use code 90th at checkout for 20% off plus free shipping. As we've got here, we've got the brand new refined cologne. As Wazinho said last time, it smells magical. It smells fantastic. It's a gorgeous box. Look at this. Beautiful.
It is,
smells really
an
good,
attractive
actually.
box. I will give. It was a very
Yes.
The box is good, but the cologne inside is fantastic. We all like it. It smells really, really good. They also sent us the bag full of lots of goodies. As Wazinho always says, the Lawnmower 3.0, you will not cut yourself. It's that simple.
Slow and
Ceramic
steady
coated
wins the
blades.
race.
Slow and steady wins
Yeah,
race.
just take
Ceramic
it slow
coated
and you'll be
blades.
good.
7,000 RPM motor with a light. You love to see it. It's great. It's waterproof. It's well priced, well designed. It's just all around just a great product. Like we all 5 of us, we all use it. We're not just selling it to you guys or promoting it because we got, sponsored by them. We honestly all enjoy the product. It's great stuff. Check out manscaped.com. They got a lot of good stuff over on their website. And they're giving you lots of discounts. 20% off plus free shipping when you use code 90th. But yes, for Valentine's Day, over 2 million men have already tried out Manscaped. Get some for yourself. Just get it. Just do it. Just do it. Please,
Perfect,
just
Liam.
do it.
Perfect. Anyways,
Just do it.
yeah.
This message has been endorsed by
Manscaped.
Maddie's nuts.
Remember, 20% off. Use code 90th. Free shipping. Perfect.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Where are we going to head off to next, boys?
Let's talk about Barcelona because
Sure,
We don't fucking suck that bad anymore.
well, not
But Lionel Messi's making a lot of money.
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
Well-
That's some.
well,
Oh
no one
my
was
God,
talking
that's a
about
lot
that
of money.
until
I watched a whole video on that. That's fucking ridiculous.
yes,
But
apparently his contract got leaked to a Spanish newspaper who says apparently he is making 555 million in 4 seasons on his Barcelona contract he signed in 2017.
And you wonder why you guys are in debt.
Now, there's a lot of controversy with
quite
this,
a lot.
especially with how this news publication has gotten this information. Now, Messi has denied that he leaked this, so many are presuming, because only a certain amount of people knew about this contract. One of them, of course, Bartomeu.
Bartomeu. Bartomeu's paradise has come back. No, it's yeah, to see who has leaked it is one thing, but it's wild to think that this man is making so much money. I mean, 123 million a season. That's wild. Like it's
it's kinda
crazy.
ridiculous.
Supposedly,
I mean,
according to Martha,
He did score today.
Messi's
so far, so it's worth it, right? Right?
Messi's idea is to sue people at the club who knew about this contract. Evidently, only 5 people knew about it. Bartomeu, Oscar Grau, Carlos Tusquets. I'm probably butchering those names. And so
Just
2
got
other
to get
people.
all the money
So,
you
yeah.
can, you know?
Yeah, apparently,
Yeah.
apparently Tusquets is friends with the journalist who published this, so
Yeah.
He also
There
has
you
a
go.
clause in that contract. If he renews his contract, he has 115 million more. And if he sticks through the entirety of the contract, he gets 78 million more. So basically, not only is Lionel Messi securing the bag, he secured the whole goddamn treasury. This man's just taken every dollar that Spain has to offer and says, yep, I'll take it here. And wasn't this the same man who wasn't paying taxes for how long? Like,
That was before this
Yeah,
contract.
dude,
allegedly.
it was his dad,
Yes,
because
just-
apparently footballers haven't realized yet that having your pops as your accountant probably isn't the greatest fucking idea ever.
He makes
But-
265 million. He earns 265 euros every minute. That's pretty good.
I mean, to be
That's pretty good.
fair, he probably deserves it.
Yeah, I mean, with
I
the
mean, that's
amount
a
of
bit
money,
excessive,
amount
Lucas.
of money
that's-
he's making, he probably.
That's a lot of money. Like there's
Would you? I mean, would you
That's a-
pay
that's
someone
a lot of money.
555 million euros to just carry Barcelona on his back for 4 years? I mean, I guess he could pay the chiropractor bill.
it's gone to the point with that contract where I'm not even sure if Messi's worth that much. I really, dude, that's
a lot.
I don't
of
think
money.
I don't think people realize how much money that fucking
Matt,
is.
do you
yeah.
think this is to add some more controversy with the potential new president coming in? Make things even more difficult for the club?
He wants a pay rise.
if Messi asks for a pay rise, it's time to let him loose, dude? That's a lot of money, man. That's a ridiculous sum of money.
It's one of those things that, you know, as fans and as podcasts, I mean, we don't get let into like the finances of certain players because they make this much money. So it's interesting to see the insight of how big these contracts really are.
Didn't Messi have a really bad miss earlier as well? He kind of beat a couple defenders and just like had an open net, but he just hits the post. It was like
that
inches.
happens.
Yeah, I mean, Timo Werner would know. So,
But moving on to the matches.
As Rasta said,
yeah.
Barcelona are winning 1-0 right now.
We have been
compared
decent.
to-
Griezmann's
been
been
decent.
fucking decent. That's something I didn't think I'd ever say.
You know who has been really decent actually so far this year? Atletico Madrid. I gotta give you shouts, Lucas.
Did you
they
see
win-
Luis
Yeah,
Suarez's
they're-
free kick?
Oh,
It was
Crack.
nasty
Classic
against Cadiz.
They win 4-2 over Cadiz.
Yeah.
Suarez with a brace. Suarez is currently the La Liga top goal scorer, and you let
He's
him go
been
for
playing
free.
fantastic.
So why would you do that?
Don't look at me like
Bartomeu
I fucking made
happened.
that decision. Yeah.
Bartomeo's
happened.
good. Yes.
Could I
Matty,
told
why'd
you
you let
guys
him
that was
go?
a stupid idea? Like, yeah, but you know,
yeah.
whatever.
I mean, this is a man that is like one of La Liga's best ever goal scorers, and you let him walk out the door for free. But I mean, Atletico Madrid as a team, I know I've talked shit about them from time to time. I can put my hand up and admit, but let me tell you, they are playing fantastically right now. Somehow they got a midfield with Torreira in it, and he's doing a job for them. So
They're currently 10
you know this
points
team is
ahead of
actually
us.
it's actually not
with
real. They're not real.
A
They're
game
just
in hand.
And
somehow
And if
doing
this
it.
form carries over in the Champions League, they could be real contenders for it, I
Yeah,
think.
100%.
honestly,
They always usually are, but this is a year where I think they could win it, maybe.
the thing is, like, they're very good defensively, and
Yeah.
people still think they play super defensive football, but they score a lot of goals now. They've scored 40 in La
they've been
Liga.
scoring
They
more,
have. They have scored more this season, especially.
which is good.
I
Get
think
it-
Luis Suarez is a big part of that.
Of course, they
Yeah,
they were
good influence,
desperately
shows how much-
missing a goal scorer last season when they missed so many chances, and now this season they actually got one of the best of of this generation, and they're not losing
Yeah.
matches too often. And Barcelona and Real Madrid, who have been struggling with goal scorers, less so I don't know. Barcelona's still scoring a
Real
bit,
Mad-
but
Real Madrid had a shocking performance this week. They lost 2-1 versus Levante. Good job, Los
9th minute
Blancos,
red
at
card.
home and everything. Yeah,
Let's see it.
Militao,
See it.
Greg's man, he got sent off. Asensio scored in the 13th, but after that, it was just a lot of nothing by Los Blancos, and they lost 2-1. Good for them. I honestly enjoy watching Madrid lose. I know we
Hey,
get comments
same.
like, why is this
Yeah, I-
podcast
I-
anti-Madrid?
Something we can agree on.
We've been getting TikTok comments that like, oh, we hate Real Madrid. I mean, we don't hate them. I mean, I used to kind of like them, but
I do.
it's just
I don't
don't
know.
know. With
I
the
don't
way they
particularly like
deal
them at all,
with
to be
players and just how they handle stuff in the press, I don't know. They sometimes have a very bad image. Real Madrid.
honestly, both.
They're obviously one of the greatest European team. What, Lucas? Go ahead.
I mean, yes, of course. Like you said, they won the greatest European team. Apologize for
Yeah.
interrupting you, but like, honestly, like as we've seen in recent years, both Real Madrid and Barcelona are, at least those working for the club, are very scummy.
Barcelona is shady.
Yeah.
But then again, it was Bartomeu was very shady.
But these guys, it's like, especially recently, they're like, oh, we're not doing as well as we were a couple years ago. Let's go make a Super League.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Oh, Atletico Madrid's ahead of us. Let's go make a Super League. Let's go talk to the Prem. Let's hook up, you know?
There were some good results though in La Liga here. I mean, Sevilla was a good 2-0 victory over Eibar. Valencia 1-0 over Elche.
yeah, Sevilla got Papu
Sociedad
Gomez.
1-1 with Villarreal. Papu Gomez. Go talk to me about Papu Gomez,
true.
Lucas.
Yeah, it's honestly it's good for both sides with everything that's happened to have Papu Gomez leave, especially to outside the Serie A. This is a huge win for Sevilla, who are fighting for a Champions League place, and if they want to retain that spot, adding the quality of Papu Gomez is certainly going to help.
Yeah.
They're already a good side as well, and I think this could also help them advance to the quarterfinals of the Champions League as they face Dortmund as well. So
They also have the second joint top scorer with Messi with 12 goals. Yusuf El Nasiri. I probably butchered that. Sorry. He's got 12 goals, so that's quite good. And maybe Papu Gomez can help him out to get more goals.
Valencia. They're actually not that good this year. They're only 4 points off relegation.
Yeah, not surprised.
Valencia. Get your
I
shit
know
together.
they have massive financial issues, which has really hurt the club.
Yeah.
So that's unfortunate. So,
Are we going to Italy?
Yeah,
or
sure.
Germany?
I'll kick off Italy. Let's just kind of move back to earlier this week where Milan versus Inter happened in the Copa d'Italia. And there was drama.
Kicked off.
It was
kicked
wild.
off.
This was vintage Milan versus Inter, where there's
I
a fight about
say-
the burst. And
Can I say a
Great.
quote from Romelu Lukaku, real quick?
go ahead, Matt.
Please do.
He
Please
looked,
do.
He looked at Zlatan and said, "I will fuck you and your wife."
There you go.
Classic.
That is the quintessential. Big dick energy. Like
Classic.
That's and it all spurred. I think it was before halftime where
choice of
I think
words, holding goalie.
most people have probably seen it over social media. Lukaku versus Ibra. Ibra said some words of Lukaku's mother, and Lukaku's like anyone react. What you say about my mother and stuff like that, and like he just wanted. They wanted to fight in the parking lot. He's like, I'll meet you in the parking lot, and like, it's like
I'm pretty sure Zlatan said, "I'll pay you 500 euros every time you do your first touch correctly." So that probably got under his skin a little bit. These former teammates, of course.
Yeah,
at
United and
Manchester United.
screw Jake Paul. Can we have this as like a title fight? Like
I'd watch this fight.
Lukaku.
Fucking lit.
Lukaku versus Ibra.
It was ultimately Lukaku who came out on top because Zlatan did get a second yellow.
Yeah.
He got sent off right after half time. And Inter Milan go on to win the game through a Christian Eriksen free kick right at the very end.
It's funny,
so-
Liam. I remember we had that TikTok last week of players that are loved by everyone. You said Ibrahimovic. I don't know. I think this is kind of pretty wrong.
Yeah.
I watched these two go head to head. I go, man, I love me some Ibrahimovic. Like,
I guess you love like a nice little clash and.
I love
Love
Ibrahimovic.
The banter and
But speaking of Serie, there have been some results over
big
this
results.
week. Inter Milan beat Benevento 4-0. Juve beat Sampdoria 2-0. What else happened? Milan beat Bologna 2-1. So nothing crazy.
I mean, Lazio defeated Atalanta.
Lazio beat Atalanta.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty
Lazio
big.
Atalanta was a big result.
You're not wrong,
3-1.
Lucas.
Atalanta were well and truly beaten.
I got to watch the first half, and Lazio scored a banger in the first few minutes, which I missed because I turned on the game in the third minute, not expecting a goal to happen. Seems like it happens
Nice.
more and more lately, but I have another story about missing a big goal later on today. But Atalanta during the first half were just couldn't make any chances. Lazio defended very well, and in the second half, some more goals that I missed. So fair play to Lazio. Atalanta missing Christian Romero in the back line definitely hurt them, and they're supposedly bringing in Kovalenko from Shakhtar and a center back from the Swedish league. So hopefully they can reinforce their squad in battle, while Lazio will continue to try to get into the top four once again.
Serie A has been really exciting this year. You can't complain with it. Milan is still first. Juve has 39 points, so maybe Liam, you start to get onto something, but I doubt it.
I think Napoli is better than you, Greg. They beat Parma 2-0. We can't beat Parma. But yeah, the table, Juventus is slowly coming up, man. Slowly, they're coming up. Don't you worry about Juve. They got a game in hand still. They got a game in hand still. Don't you worry. Talk to me at the end of the year.
Let's move on quickly. Bundesliga, quite quick.
I
think it's been a very same old Bayern smash Hoffenheim. Dortmund beat Augsburg. It's
Schalke. Did Schalke do anything?
They got a point. They got
a point against Werder Bremen.
But Leipzig beat Leverkusen 1-0, so that's a big result.
Yeah, Leverkusen have been shocking the past few weeks.
And Eintracht Frankfurt have hindered the top 4 with a win over.
Oh wow!
Good for them.
Luka Jovic comes back, things happen.
Well, it's Andre Silva, the main man.
Yeah, probably Andre Silva's playing well for them. Yeah.
I saw Dortmund got a very good result over Augsburg, 3-1. Sancho had a good game, I believe.
It's good that they're finally starting to win again.
Yeah, but I mean, at this point, like was said, it's almost too little, too late.
Bayern's winning the league.
Because Bayern are just Bayern
they're
have
just
not
there.
been great this year. They have not been the Bayern of last year, but they're still just being more consistent and they're getting the victories. And like I said, they got that 4-1 victory over Hoffenheim, and they're still top of the table. But good job, Schalke. You got a point.
I mean, Dortmund needs to actually get some wins to fight for Champions League.
Yeah.
Honestly, though.
Yeah, because Dortmund are currently sitting in sixth spot. They've got 32 points. I mean, they're only a couple
three-way
points
tie
out
for
of
fifth.
30, but yeah.
You know, it's been a really fun league to pay attention to.
What?
Ligue 1.
Well,
What's
just
happening?
quickly.
It's a nice title race.
I just wanted to shout out Wamengi Tuka. He scored a great goal.
Wamentuka. Yeah,
I've heard things about him.
Yes.
Wamentuka's a big man.
But yeah, what's so interesting about Ligue 1 this year?
It's not PSG running away with the league. They lost today actually to FC Lorient.
Yeah.
Mbappe 3-2. Neymar with 2 penalty goals. That's it. 2 pens.
Could Poch be getting sacked already?
Lyon's right now in second. Lille's in first with 48 points. And PSG have 45. So, I mean, PSG have 5 losses. Everyone says how this is like a farmers league and Ligue 1 always smash it. This is fun to watch right now. This is fun to keep an eye on.
Lille's a good team. They did well in the Europa League. They got Jonathan David up front. He's starting to become very good. Lyon, we all know Lyon, but they did lose Moussa Dembele, so they might not be that good of a team anymore.
Well, Lyon, they were tied with Bordeaux 1-1 until the 90th minute, where Leo Dubois scored one of the... It was a very weird goal, I'm not going to lie. I thought he was going to try to cross the ball from the angle he was in, but he took a shot and it went in, like, far post. I don't really know how to explain it. It was just really random, and thanks to that goal, they're ahead of PSG now in the league. And of course, Monaco, they're currently winning against Nantes, and if they keep that victory, they're only 3 points behind PSG.
Yeah, it actually is a good little title race going on right now in Ligue 1. I mean, you never know if PSG will come out over the longevity kind of thing, but hopefully a good title race in Ligue 1 for the first time in many, many years. Should we move on to questions? Or
I would like to mention about the Copa Libertodores.
Yes.
Put me to sleep. The worst final you've ever seen in your life.
It was not a good final.
Even Ray Hudson got angry at this game.
But it is the final, so...
It's funny.
Ray Hudson questioned all of South American football equality during this game. He went, South America, what's wrong? Why do you not love football anymore? I was like, Ray, relax. It's just a bad game.
Yeah, it was an interesting matchup coming into it because, of course, these two sides haven't won this tournament for a bit of time. I know this is Palmeiras who got the 1-0 victory. This is their second ever title, I believe, which is brilliant for them. Of course, when I brought the game up on Google, their bunch of fireworks came up on the screen.
Yeah, it's awesome. I was going to mention that.
Of course, this game was very boring. I tried to watch it. I did watch it, but not much happened at all until the 95th minute, which just before this happened, I had to go and eat dinner, which unfortunately I missed all the action. But the Santos manager, who was wearing this interesting shirt throughout the match, the ball was coming towards him, and it was a Palmeiras throw-in. He grabs the ball and keeps it close to him while they try to get the ball away from him. He gets sent off. He goes into the stands where there's a bunch of supporters there, not segregated at all tied together. And of course, mayhem is going on. And later, just a few minutes later, Palmeiras across pretty deep, but they cross it in. A great header by Bruno Henrique Lopez. Long name there. But in the 99th minute, Palmeiras gets the 1-0 win and they win the cup.
Yeah, it was good job at the very end, like you just said there. But yeah, overall, for the 90 minutes, it was not the best of matches. We did not talk about something about in Ligue 1 actually. Marseille, their match got called off today after 200 supporters invaded the training ground and set fire to it in protest of their current president.
As you do.
Don't set fire to your team training camp, please. Don't. You can protest. Safely distanced, of course, but don't set fire to things. That's rude. Just rude. Is Manchester United going to sign Sergio Ramos?
I don't know why. Is there rumors?
You don't know why? You don't know why? Because you got Victor Lindelof as center back, and he's shocking.
Wait, not wrong.
Sergio Ramos,
maybe
one
Harry
of the greatest center
Maguire.
backs of our generation.
Maybe
Harry
Why would we
Harry
sign him?
Maguire, Sergio Ramos duo.
That's
Harry could learn a thing or two from Sergio Ramos, maybe.
Okay.
Come on,
You
Has
should.
gone to
If you had
PSG.
those two as center back,
Would
you should never
Harry
lose a header.
Maguire give up the captain's armband for Sergio Ramos?
Sure, man. I wouldn't.
Would
be
he?
mad
Would
about
he
that.
though?
I don't know. Fuck it.
Boys, he's going to
what else?
PSG.
I was just reading through some transfer news. There's a guy named Jaden Braff who he's a very promising player. I've heard a lot of good things about him. Apparently, he's going on loan to Udinese for a 6-month loan deal. I know there's rumors of him potentially leaving for Leverkusen or Dortmund. So I'm not sure how it's.
DeAndre Yedlin is leaving. He's leaving Newcastle to go to Italy as well, I believe.
Parma, they're signing a bunch
I
of
believe.
ballers. They're signing Xerxes, Dennis Mann, some Belgian
Oh.
guy who has a name I can't
Some
pronounce.
good news. Good news. Sergio Aguero is fully recovered from COVID-19. He was at the club's gym, so he'll be training with his teammates soon.
Nice.
That's good.
Damari Gray went to Bayer Leverkusen from Leicester
Oh, the
City.
transfers happening.
Leverkusen also signed Jeremy Frimpong from Celtic for 11 million. You were good while we had you.
Wait,
Now we
oh,
got-
you sold
amount of
him?
money,
Dele
though,
Alli.
Liam?
we signed him for 300,000. So yeah, that's a great turnaround.
I
within,
mean,
like,
you
half
can
a
go use
season.
that money to go sign the better Frimpong. I'm sure
No,
Emmanuel's
no,
looking
no.
for a
What we
job.
did was just no. What we did with our money is just put in the bank, and then we don't spend it, and then Liverpool take our center back because we
Dude,
don't
you
want
can
to
go
spend
get
it.
Emmanuel for
don't
free.
forget trip
I'm
to
pretty sure
Dubai.
that guy's working at Tesco still. Let's go pick him up.
We still don't sign.
That still might be too much money.
Exactly.
I wonder what Emmanuel Frimpong is doing actually now.
Fun fact: Hertha is signing Sami Khedira, so he's coming back to Germany.
Well, Jay Lings, man.
Yeah, Jay Ling's still
Yeah, Jay
West
Ling's-
Ham. A lot of people are like, "What are your thoughts on Jay Ling still West Ham?" Like,
Did you see his
for him.
message? Was it on his IG? That guy looked fucking depressed. He's like, big up Hammers.
No, he's
looks
good.
sad.
He's good.
Oh, he looked sad.
But
Dude, no.
Yeah, Jay Lings goes to West Ham.
they're
It's
fifth.
good for both teams.
Yeah, I don't know
think.
how much he'll play there, but hopefully he does well. Guy, he's a good guy. He's just,
yeah, best of luck to him.
not much I can say. Like, he's, yeah.
Yeah, best of luck to anyone making transfers now. That's obviously a middle of the season. Players are looking for some playing time or potentially making the next move to progress their careers or keep their careers alive because they may be old. We'll see.
Okay, let's. Anything else we should mention? Maybe Celtic, Liam. Do you want to talk Celtic? You like ranting
No,
about them?
I don't.
He
want to
does.
go Celtic.
If you know his thoughts on
I'm
Celtic,
past the point. I'm past the point of anger and upset. I'm just literally just like depressed at this point. It's so bad.
that's how I felt. But
It's
United with
so
Mourinho.
bad. No, because here's the thing. I posted that TikTok where we talking about Neil Lennon, and the guy goes, "You could be an Everton fan or an Arsenal fan." I go, "It's not the same, man. You're in the Premier League. You're doing things. You have Aubameyang at your team. We have fucking Lee Griffiths who's trying to fight our manager at halftime. It's not the same. We're so bad.
Yeah. Rangers
yeah.
are,
Pain.
jeez, 23 points ahead.
Yep. They've conceded 7 goals all season. They're plus 59 goal difference. Like I said in the TikTok, credit to Rangers. They are fully deserving to be champions. They're a great, great team. I'm just upset that we couldn't give them a title challenge. If we had played the best we could play, you know what? It'd be a great season in the SPFL. If like the invincible Celtic team is going against this Rangers team, man, that would be some great, great content in there. But at this point, are we even going to finish second? I mean, Aberdeen are on 44, Hibs are on 43, we're on 49. I question if we're going to get second in the Scottish League, and that
Did your
is
new goalkeeper
shocking.
make a save?
I don't know. I don't think he even played. I think we played our old
Bain?
guy. We signed. Yeah, we played Scott Bain. I'm pretty sure.
cheating.
Good. Was it okay that Ross County though? They're second last in Scotland.
Yeah. Anyways. All right. So football questions. Should we get to it?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Fuck it, why not me?
So yeah, I got a couple actually. I think I've got. First up, what is your guys' favorite World Cup game? Do you have a favorite World Cup match?
Oh.
Mine? That's a good question. I don't know why, but Belgium
got a couple.
versus the United States in 2014 always sticks out to me. I just remember watching that game on the couch. It was just end to end. Tim Howard's making insane saves. Like, how is he doing this?
I got two. I would say Belgium versus Japan. That was such a good underdog story. But the Netherlands versus Australia. Tim Cahill over. Oh, what a goal that was!
Yeah.
Spain versus Portugal in the
That's a good
last
one,
one
Greg.
was insane.
Yeah. That was the one game in the World Cup that I actually missed. I didn't get to watch that one live.
One game I regret missing, and it's also because I had to write a exam, was Spain versus Netherlands 2014 when Van Persie scored one
That
of
was
my
a game.
favorite goals I've
The
seen.
diving header.
Oh, beautiful header. And
I was at a paint store while the Portugal game was on. They had a little TV showing it, but I couldn't really see it. I was like, "Mom, I want to go home.
Yeah.
I'm missing this game."
I want to go home.
I want to buy paint for our fence, though. Like, no.
I guess I like a bunch of yours, and some of them may be my favorite, but I'm going to say something else. 2006 World Cup semifinals, Germany versus Italy. That game was incredible, especially the extra time. Just the scenes, Italians defeating the Germans on their home field. It was incredible. It was one of my early football memories as well. So
I got one more. England versus Iceland.
that's not a World Cup.
I like that one.
those
I
Euros.
just like that game. I just like
Okay.
that game.
It-
It isn't World Cup. I just like that game.
We'll talk about
It's-
Euros maybe next time.
Matt, did you,
It's
do you
not a
have another one?
match. It's a player. Mine's
Oh.
Mine's not a match.
think of
It's a
one.
player. It's David Luiz.
Also, yeah, how can I forget
Germany versus Brazil.
Brazil.
Yeah.
How can I forget Germany 7, Brazil 1? That was what's up there, but that was just really depressing at the same time and exciting.
That was a sad game to watch. That game was not happy.
talking about sad games. What is the most emotional match you think you've experienced? I mean, the question is most emotional match, but
Doesn't mean
Emotion-
sad necessarily.
Emotional in a bad way or emotional in a good way?
excitement.
Yeah.
My
It's
ass
tough
was
to
in-
say like which match was the most emotional because I think everyone has a different feeling towards certain matches, right? So
Because like I was in tears after that one Liverpool game. You all know what Liverpool game talking about. I was literally in my car.
That was a
late-
very emotional game, though. I mean, after the game, You'll Never Walk Alone after the game was very emotional.
I was,
so that was like a positive emotion if you're a Liverpool
Yep.
fan. But
5 minutes late to work, sitting in my car, just wondering what in the fuck my life was coming to.
I just remember that game,
very
that
emotional in terms
that
of
tie the week
pain.
before after the
Pain.
first leg. Matt was like, unlucky, mate. And then the week after, he's like, I'm crying.
Because how the fuck do you fuck that up, man? Seriously, 3-0.
because the corner was taken quickly and Origi.
How do you fuck 3-0, you useless pricks? Fuck me, man. I still don't understand.
I'll name a handful because a bunch of matches have made me emotional, good and bad.
Fuck.
I think the first one that I remember, first one in earlier this decade, I guess. Liverpool versus Chelsea, where Stevie G slipped. I thought we were going to win the title that year, and
That
also
was
no,
funny.
I think Crystal Palace was worse as well.
That was a fucking joke.
I just remember
Really
being in
joke.
physics class while the game was going on, Liverpool versus Crystal Palace. I'm like, we're going to win the league to my friends. And then afterwards, Liam comes out, it's like, oh, Lucas, no.
I'm so sorry.
And I just felt so bad throughout the rest of the day. Other matches, I guess, of course, the Barcelona one we mentioned earlier. We won't need to talk about that much more. But when Liverpool defeated Roma in the semifinals to get to their first Champions League final in like over 10 years, I was so happy because like Roma were coming back. There's so much controversy throughout the game, a lot of interesting calls by the officials, and Liverpool were able to pull through, and it was just like such a good feeling, especially because Liverpool that season were not like as good as they were the season after. So, and of course, there was also the Manchester City tie earlier that year where I thought we were going to get smashed by them, and we ended up just smashing them.
I think emotional for me would be like the first Old Firm since Rangers came back in the league, and we beat
Celtic beating Barcelona.
Yeah,
I mean that'd be a positive one. But like when Rangers came back in the league for the first time and we beat them 5-1, that was like abuse you bastards, but you know.
For me, I have a sad and a exciting one. So, but for the saddest one was when Dortmund lost the Champions League final against Bayern. That's when I was like, actually, that was my first time. That was like the first football season I ever really experienced and kept an eye on. And the fact that the three Polish players are on there, Piszczek, Lewandowski, and Blaszczykowski. I was so hyped for that final. I wanted them to win it. The trio, it would have been beautiful. And then everything just falls apart after for Dortmund. I actually had tears when they lost. It was like I was a big Dortmund fan for a little bit back then. I was kind of on that bandwagon. So it was a beautiful team, and it was a shame. And then the game where I had the most excitement was when Poland beat Germany in Euro Cup qualifiers. I don't know. I couldn't believe we just beat the World Cup champions on our home soil. The fans are going insane. Every emotion is going through it. It was like when you guys beat Barcelona. It was like, oh my god.
My cable was working during that game. I was mad.
Who was it? It was it was Mila who scored the winner, and it was just wild. I couldn't believe it. It's like I wish my grandfather was like alive to watch this, because I know he was a big football fan. It's like, oh my god.
I know you talk about when you watch Spurs versus Ajax.
Yeah.
That was emotional. I know for me, I got goosebumps. I was like, oh
Same,
my god, this is why I
same.
love this game.
I like how Matt. Do you have one, Matt?
Matt, can you please not eat during the podcast? It's really annoying to edit.
I'm just watching.
It's popcorn, but I don't hear anything.
Okay, well, anyway, so mine, I'm just going to say mine is the entire 2018-2019 Fulham season. It's pretty depressing. Conceding how many goals we conceded. It was just brutal.
Okay, 2 more questions from TikTok. Who is the best substitute player?
I mean,
mine, Mr. Chicharito, Javier Hernandez. Come on.
Super sub of Chicharito, yeah.
Comes off the bench, gets a goal. We get 3 points. It was 23.
Divock Origi needs to be up there as
I
well.
mean, yeah,
Big
the
goals
iconic
off
ball.
bench.
Unfortunately, all these questions are like going against Barcelona, but any others aside from
Tony fucking Watt. He had 1 game for us. That's all that matters.
Paco Alcacer for Dortmund.
Eric
Whenever he came on the bench, he scored a goal.
true.
He broke a record for most goals by a substitute, I think, in the Bundesliga.
I'm trying to think who else was there. Xherdan Shaqiri's quite good, honestly, for Liverpool.
It's on the top of my head. Wasn't there like a player just like this season that came off the bench and scored like a hat trick or something? It was like last season. I just can't.
Was it in the Premier League?
I mean, Lewandowski's a pretty sick super sub when he came on the pitch and scored 5.
That's true.
That
That's
is
very
true. That was pretty good.
a decent move.
Gabby Goals, decent second a backup striker for Manchester City.
But this is more super sub, not backup.
For me,
players.
yeah, for me, it doesn't get better than Chicharito for United, because I don't know. It was so fun, and it was hard to hate him. You couldn't hate the guy. He was just it was a joy to watch whenever he came on. I wish his career turned out better, but
My vote's for Jay Lings.
next
Instant impact.
Rashford when he first came onto the scene. Here's a good question. Biggest Judas in football, or the biggest traitor? The worst.
Raul.
Raul?
It's gotta be.
What?
Yeah, what?
No, Raul. Sorry, Figo.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Luis Figo.
I think you made this mistake when
I
we were
was like,
talking about
sorry.
Judases in football, like over a year and a half ago.
A long time ago.
Luis Figo. I am so sorry.
Yeah, I think we've had this question a long time ago, but let's.
But hey, that was a long time ago,
Yeah,
so we can
Real
answer
Madrid,
it again.
Figo. Yeah, I think Figo is probably the number 1 for a lot of people. Where he switched from Barcelona to Real Madrid, or I can't remember which
Yeah, Barcelona to Real Madrid. Also, there's Sol Campbell, who left Spurs for Arsenal on a free, even though he said he was going to stay.
Deadline day.
That's bad.
Yeah.
Kind of fucking funny.
That's banter right there.
It's kind of funny. Carlos Tevez. Guys are mad. about
Tevez,
that.
United City.
That poster saying "Welcome to Manchester." That was banter. Fucking
Yeah.
banter. That's what that was.
I'm still kind of annoyed about that when you think of it. It's like that. That's just a.
Funny, though.
Any with Rangers and Celtic, Liam?
There was a couple that have gone between each other. I mean, Mo Johnson's probably the biggest one. He's the first one, but I mean, there's nothing like huge. I don't think, not during my lifetime, at least.
Well, that's the 3 questions from YouTube. The first one's kind of simple. I think maybe Lucas is better suited for you. What do you guys think of Club Brugge? I'm a huge fan of them. Love from Belgium. From Matisse. Club Brugge,
good talent over the years.
Great academy, probably. I think it's one of those. I know in Belgium in general, they just have good academies, develop good players. Maybe I'll try to watch them more because we do have Belgian coverage on the Zone. So historic club, and is Vincent Kompany with them?
No,
right?
Anderlecht.
No,
I always get them confused.
purple.
Apologies.
That's not gonna play. He's not gonna like that.
Sorry, man. sorry. Apologies.
Like that.
But
I know Simon Mignolet plays for Bruges.
yeah, I think
so pick up Bruges.
I think the Belgian league is actually quite underrated when you
It's
think
growing
about.
slowly,
yeah. Jonathan David came from the league, so I know that was more for Bruges.
Doku!
But Brugge.
The
How do you pronounce
elements.
Brugge? Bruges? I don't know. Sorry. Second
Brugge.
question from Hamish. Who do you think will win the Euros, and what nation will shock the world?
Still early to make.
Well,
the
I definitely
prediction.
think
We can make some fun guesses.
it's early, but I will make early stuff. I think France is still the best bet. Come on, with the amount of talent they've coming through every year, it seems like there's a new wonder kid. Like I always say, I think France is the best bet to win. It's still overall strongest team, youth, and
Portugal's pretty good.
experience. They won the World Cup.
I don't know.
Portugal, yes.
I think the winner will come out of that one group. I mean, you have Portugal, France, and Germany all in that same group. I mean, Germany have been a bit of a downturn, but Germany's still a good team. Don't get it twisted.
a team I think you should maybe keep an eye on for it is Ukraine.
Scotland.
England.
No, Waz, we
We're
beat
gonna make
Ukraine.
it out of the group. We're gonna make it out of the group. Probably. Maybe.
No Harold Kane.
We don't need Harold. We don't need Harold. We'll just bring Jaime back.
There's a Harold
retirement.
Wagwan Sterling.
I had to say Harold Kane because there's a Harold Maguire.
And of course, this is Belgium's last
Wagwan
chance to win a
Raheem.
tournament because there's after this tournament, I don't think they have any sort of chance really.
I mean, Ed Hazard's kind of iffy.
Yeah,
So
that's a problem there. But looking through Netherlands, I don't think they're a favorite anymore because their manager, I don't think he's as good as Koeman, and Koeman got the most out of that Dutch side. And yeah, but as a surprise team, again, it's tough to predict a surprise team. No one expected Wales to make a semifinals last time around. No one expected Portugal to finish third in their group and win the tournament by the end.
Billy G comes on as a masterclass all tournament.
Lucas, like I said, I'll go with Ukraine. I've heard good things about them. They've got good players coming through. The manager probably is good.
Zinchenko, he's pretty good.
Shevchenko.
Green Army.
Anyways.
Yeah, the manager is Shevchenko. It's Andrei Shevchenko.
I'll give a shout out to Czech
Former
Republic.
politician and singer.
Czech Republic could surprise someone.
Fuck off.
Well, I
Why?
had a
What?
good time with
Surprise.
Shevchenko in his stream yesterday. I saw.
That was funny. Luckily, it was not my account. Last question is from Mr. Yuan. I don't know if I pronounced that right. Will Grealish get a
Right,
big
Ewan.
move in the next few seasons?
no
He
Hammers
seems
for
to be a
life.
boyhood Villa fan, so I mean,
If Villa keeps doing good, I would say
Yeah.
no.
can Villa establish themselves as a solid top 10, top 6 club?
I
Could
just said Hammers for life because I always confuse those two teams because they have the same kit. But
That's why people say we have no knowledge of football.
I mean, you called Bruges Anderlecht, so I mean,
I've been doing that
I
for
said
years
Figo
though.
was
So
Raul.
I don't take it back.
Let's just end the stream right here, boys.
It happens.
Bro, they have the same fucking kit.
I just
me a
get
break.
Valladolid and Vallecano mix up all the time. All the time I get them mixed up.
We're
I
not
hit the wall,
perfect. We're not perfect.
I don't know.
Well,
But yeah, Grealish, I don't know. Probably will move it to like a City, United, maybe. I don't know, Arsenal.
No.
I seem
But I just want to know, like, sorry, I just like here's the thing: if he moves to one of these clubs, he's actually gonna perform to like what he was doing at Villa. Because I feel like he's just got the pride of being a Villa player.
he also gets a bigger role at
So-
Villa.
Stay there, Villa.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. He's more cherished. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
So that's
Fucking popcorn.
it's muted, Lucas. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
I know. But I think that should wrap it up. Thanks for all the questions in. Great episode.
Yeah, let's wrap it up. I mean, it's a good episode. I enjoyed our Premier League discussion as always. Like I said during our podcast, make sure you check out manscaped.com. 20% off plus free shipping when you use code 90th at checkout. Great products, great prices, all that good stuff. Check them out. You won't be upset or anything. Like Lucas said, thanks for tuning in. Thank you for watching and listening. If you're on audio apps on YouTube, make sure you subscribe, hit like, and comment down below. Get involved with the channel. Check us out on Twitch as well. Twitch.tv/the90th minute official. From the 5 of us here today, this has been yet another week in the beautiful game. We will see you next time.